everybody. Welcome back to the second segment, episode 155 of Sold with Updike Pugh. Today, we are going to talk about solar panels.
Solar panels, because they're so important here in Texas because of how much sun we get, except on my house because of all the trees and the direction it faces.
Yeah.
Solar panels wouldn't work for me. On you, I think you would have your house, you could get batteries charged, you could run an electric car at your house, I think.
And so many people are looking for ways to have a backup to the grid.
Yes.
And, you could spend $25,000 on a set of solar panels, and there are so many options to have those installed now. You can have them installed where they can basically run your entire house. And then, as you said, do the battery backup on them where you store the excess energy that you have. Your home is still connected to the grid.
Right.
And so you have the opportunity to store all of that back and then begin to use out of your batteries as necessary. But if for whatever reason, you didn't have enough in the battery backup, you're still connected to the grid.
And I think as we were doing some research on this, for this piece, I think it was interesting that you're seeing states begin to actually mandate that all new construction have these, have the solar panels attached or some type of sun gathering equipment by 2022 and 2023.
You know what I kind of equate this to in my head in talking about that is the rain protection things that are on sprinkler systems.
Ah, got it.
There was a time where
Rain and freeze.
Yeah, rain and freeze. No, there was no municipality that really required any of that, but it made sense that they started requiring that on an installation of a sprinkler system. And I feel like we're going that direction with solar.
So we also were looking. Did you find that the HOAs now are
Didn't find that.
Okay, I was always curious if that was a problem that they were having.
That is something we need to look into as homes in homeowners associations and how they're treated with solar panels.
One of the things you always have to be cautious of is when a house goes under contract, you have to know whether it's purchased and leased and know how that is going to transfer over to the new buyer. The contract now really is specific in what has to happen, and I think that agents who don't make sellers aware of this are really doing a disservice, and it could really come back to be a financial burden on a seller at the end.
I agree. There are a lot of different ways you can pay for them, whether it's paying for them outright, doing a long-term lease on them. One of the benefits of the long-term lease is that you get maintenance for the entire term of that lease.
And there's no upstart cost.
Yeah, there's no upstart cost in it. You end up paying generally about the same amount that you can either do it where you lease these on and you pay for a per kilowatt hour, or you can pay a monthly lease fee for the equipment itself, and you don't get charged anything for the energy that those are generated. You're really just paying for an equipment lease. Again, you're still connected to the grid, so if you need that backup, if you need that extra juice, it's there.
And the current administration has also extended the tax credit on these. And I believe they had increased it from the 17 back to I think 23%. If you had them installed before 2019, it was a 30% tax increase, which is a really huge incentive. If you got them back then, kudos to you. We are seeing a lot more people entering into the market. And so at this point, it's one of those real important times to do the due diligence and not just ask for social media recommendations, but also for recommendations from the different clients that they've installed in the past. I think Solar City is the largest one right now that's probably out there. We've both had good experience with them, getting them for our buyers and then working with sellers on those. That being said, there's probably others as well, but those were the ones that we've seen and had the best luck with right now.
Yeah. So if you're considering solar panels, it is something that is well worth investigating. Do your research on it. Do your research on the terms of the contract that you're going to sign with it, and just think of all the what ifs that could happen down the road and how that would resolve itself.
And if that is something that you end up doing, we'd love to hear from you. We think that could be a really great part 2 to this segment. And it would be really fun to hear from you guys and let us know how you're doing.
Really would. So hopefully you found this helpful or at least entertaining today. We really appreciate you joining us. We hope you join us next week at noon on Wednesday as well.
And just remember, we want to be realtors for life.